We've been attacked. We stand accused of being an agent of the coalition for running Liberal Party talking points about Qantas and revealing the epic fight to access Albo's secret diaries. We also stand accused of being a shill for Hamas, a woke terrorist sympathiser. On Monday, Rex Patrick bowled up his expose on the grand quest to access the PM's official diaries. The government has spent no less than $420,000 of your money fighting Rex in the AAT. That's the Administrative Appeals Tribunal, the place you go when you want to make a complaint about government or a government agency. That's 8 visits to the AAT, no less. The government trying to suppress the release of Albo's diaries. Just to make it abundantly clear, these are not Albo's personal Dear Diary kind of diaries. They're not about his love life or ruminations about the good old days in Newtown as a DJ playing Radio Birdman and the Sunny Boys. These are records of who the PM has had meetings with, whether that be Qantas, the US ambassador, the Pharmacy Guild, etc., etc. Public information, public interest information. But while we're at it, you can't FOI Peter Dutton's diaries. Dutton is not in government. FOIs only relate to government. And to be fair to Albo, this is probably a stuff-up by his staffers trying to be unnecessarily secretive to contain, a negative story here or there. Plus ça change. In any case, this inspired us to check out the register of interests to see who was spending what in government, in cabinet, in ministerland. Expenses, trips, hotel bills, all that good stuff. We were going to do a big spenders list, and no doubt that would have been topped by the big 3 travellers, that is Albo, Penny Wong and Richard Marles, on account of their larger staffing requirements and a lot of travel for those roles as representatives of US foreign policy. Then suddenly we realised that there was a year-long lag in disclosure. So all this information is passé, virtually irrelevant, only of historical value. As Rex Patrick says, the greater the advances in technology, the worse the transparency in government. There is zero reason why, with technology as it is, that ministerial diaries, meetings, payments to political parties, or donations as they call them, cannot be disclosed live time. The technology is there to do it. And in a democracy, information is key to people making educated votes. As government ministers officially work for the people, we should be able to find out who they are meeting with, who is in their ear. Catherine King, the Minister for Qantas, Madeleine King, the Minister for Woodside, Tanya Plibersek, the Minister for Coal Mine Approvals, Michelle Rowland, the Minister for Sportsbet, Jim Chalmers, the Minister for the Business Council of Australia, Mark Dreyfus, the Minister for plonking whistleblowers in jail, or Richard Marles, the Minister for exporting the most public cash from Australia to the US shipyards and UK shipyards in history by a long shot. They're better than the last lot, but this is about transparency in government. How can voters know what is going on? On submarines, Rex has picked up that over the weekend, the US President, Joe Biden, put a US $50 billion supplementary budget request to Congress to fund weapons for Ukraine and humanitarian aid for Israelis and Palestinians following the Hamas attacks in Gaza. As part of that package, there's a US $3.4 billion line item to support the US submarine industrial base. To quote Rex, we are paying Australian $4.7 billion for a shipyard that will build just one Australian submarine. This week, in Senate estimates, we may find out whether there is to be any Australian working contribution at all in this fiesta for UK and US shipyards. Will Australia be even manufacturing and supplying the flagpoles? It's history now that AUKUS was a brain explosion from the ScoMo era, perhaps embraced by Albo at a few minutes' notice on account of not wanting to be wedged on national security. But looking at AUKUS, looking at the AUKUS arrangements and looking at Australia's unconditional kowtowing support all the way with the USA on the horrific humanitarian disaster unfolding in Israel. Well, to couch it in familiar terms for younger viewers of the West Report, if the US is Shrek, Australia is Donkey. Also, this week, check it out on the website, Stephanie Tran with a great expose on the Pharmacy Guild of Australia, chemists' lobby, and their big fight to stop the 60-day dispensing. A very powerful lobby, big donations, lot of lobbying effort going on down in Parliament House. Thanks for your support. Please like, share, comment below.